Wait, oh shit. Buddy, welcome to the cottage. We experienced some carnage, I would say, this year. Came in the form of ice dams. You can still see the evidence here, but must have been thousands of pounds of...
Careful, Bob.
Oh, Chester. Thousands of pounds of ice slid off the roof, destroyed the deck here, destroyed the barbecue, even went through this window, completely destroyed the window. So my grandpa and my dad actually built the cottage. Back in the 70s, it took them four or 5 years to fully complete. And I'm so thankful that they did. Growing up as a kid, spending my summers here, weekends, holidays, was super lucky. And funny enough, now Joelle and I only live 25 minutes away from here. This week's video is gonna be a little different than usual. Myself, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. And on top of that, Chester split one of his nails and he's having a really hard time walking around. So we thought it'd be a great opportunity for you guys to get to know us a little bit better. A few days ago, I posted on my Instagram story and on community posts on YouTube if you guys had any questions. And yeah, we're gonna do our best to answer as many of them as we can. Watch out, buddy.
You ready for your first question?
Shoot.
How did you get started with YouTube?
Oh, so I think it was back in 2015. I started filming fishing for family and friends to watch. From that, I learned that I really enjoyed the editing and the filming process. One thing led to another. We started filming camping and it took off. Rest is history.
And now you do it full time.
Now I do it full time.
Also, let's admire this fish here. How big was this one, Adam?
She was 45 inches, courtesy of my buddy Geoff, actually.
Thanks, Geoff, for our decoration. Chester, do you think we should make a little fire?
Bonus question. We get asked a lot about these fire starters that we use. It's called Quick Wick, the original Quick Wick, world's best fire starter.
They smell so amazing.
Yeah, it could be an air freshener or a candle, but yeah, they work great.
Want to eat it? The next question, we've had a lot of these questions. How did we meet? Do you want to tell the story or should I?
You can take this one.
Yeah, so we met 11 years ago. Was it 11 years or 12 now?
2013, 12 years ago.
First year of our undergrad in university. We met at a party. Yeah. And we actually didn't start dating till second year, the start of second year.
Correct.
Yeah. Our first date was at a Irish pub and we had burgers. It was great.
Yep, she's getting spicy. Oh, no, that's the fire door, buddy.
Great.
Oh.
What is the most trouble Chester has been in?
Oh, man.
So I don't really know how to interpret this question. It's like trouble as in being bad or like got himself in trouble. Okay, I know my story. Do you know yours?
Yeah, I think it's probably
the same?
same one. So back when we lived in Ottawa, the first year we had Chester, we were on a hike at one of our favorite Crown Land areas. And Chester, he was pulling particularly bad that day. So I remember telling Joel, just let him off leash, let him just run around.
I didn't want to. I was nervous about that because he was still pretty young.
and dumb. So anyways, she finally agreed to let him off and he went after a squirrel. And next thing you know, he is off the cliff.
Yeah, he chased a squirrel right off the cliff. We went up to the cliff and we couldn't see him anywhere, so we were freaking out. And then all of a sudden we see him all the way at the bottom. He was in the water trying to get up the hill, but he couldn't because it was so steep. Anyways, that was the scariest Chester moment I've ever had.
Yeah, like he could have really hurt himself.
And he didn't. He didn't even have a scratch on him.
He had a bruise on his nose.
Yeah.
I think he must have like tumbled. Anyways, it was very scary.
Yeah.
What about in trouble.
Like something bad that he did?
Yeah. When he was a puppy and he ate all the food.
He got into a little bit of trouble when he was a puppy. We were all home, just hanging out, not paying attention, I guess, to where Chester was. And all of a sudden, we like see him coming up from the basement, and he's got this huge belly. He's like a tiny little puppy at this point, and he had a huge belly. And he was walking so slow up, and we're like, what did he just get into? And what was it?
His food.
His food.
So
He had somehow gotten into his food bag in the basement and just had a full all-you-can-eat buffet.
Which answers my question. He will stop eating. He does get full. But I like to explain it as if someone plugged in like an air pump and just pumped him up to the max.
Yeah. You little troublemaker.
Chester, would you like to confirm or deny those allegations?
Oh man, you good?
Oh.
I don't know if you should go down the stairs.
She's not light. Am I gonna clear those lights?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. How's it feel to be back on the water?
I know. It's the first weekend.
The ice just melted probably last week, fully.
Just wouldn't want to fall in.
No.
So the next question is, how do you find all our camping sites?
So a few different ways here. So in Canada, we have what's called Crown Land. For my American friends, that's just the equivalent of public land. We have something called the Crown Land Atlas, and I can link that below in the description. It's basically an interactive map that shows you what land is privately owned versus publicly owned versus provincial parks and national parks. And it's a little bit confusing at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's a really great resource. Oh yeah, she's raging.
Sorry, we're getting a bit too close for comfort there.
Okay. Oh, you see their tails?
Oh yeah, whoa. That's two of them.
They're spawning. Oh yeah, I can see its back.
Yeah, I see it too. Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, one's pretty big.
So are they mating?
Yeah, there's a big male a big female. That's a really big pike.
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah, that's a huge fish.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So you can see the big pike and the little pike. The big one's the female.
How many are there? There's 5?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them.
Oh. All right, let's let them rest.
Okay. They're actually basking.
Sorry, let's let them get their sun.
Carol Baskin. The next question for Joelle is, are you afraid of bears or cougars?
The answer is yes. Terrified. It's probably my biggest fear is to get attacked by a bear. I also watched this movie. Now I can't think of the name of it. Anyways, I've seen this movie 3 times, and it's about this couple who goes camping and gets attacked by a black bear. So, and like the bear doesn't stop chasing them. Anyway, yes.
Coming in kind of the crosswind.
Nice landing.
It was pretty smooth.
That was a fun paddle.
Go get Chester.
Yeah.
Unleash the beast.
Oh, there he is. Hi, buddy.
Chester. Jeez, boy, that's a big ow. Out of all the sticks.
You can go first, sir. No? You don't want to bring
you
your
want
stick?
to bring your stick?
Sun brew for you?
0.0.
These are actually really good. All right, more questions.
So we had a couple questions that asked about future plans.
10-year plan, 5-year plan.
So we'll kind of just answer them all together in one go. So where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I want a lot of land, like our property,
Yep.
right? and I want to be able to build different buildings on it. Like anything I want to build, I want to be able to just have the space to build it. Does that make sense?
Yep,
Yeah.
totally. That's a shared goal for sure. I think more of a short-term goal than anything. Something that I hope we can do in the near future, whether it's an island or a big plot of land, you know, either buying a fixer-upper or starting from scratch and building something of our own. That's where I see, you know, this channel going. And obviously myself being inspired by my dad and my grandpa building the cottage, it's something I've always wanted to do. 10 years is a little bit more interesting.
Yeah.
10 years.
10 years.
Long time.
I kind of want, so short term, somewhere in Canada. Long term, I'd like to, I don't know, venture out somewhere.
Like where?
Maybe
though?
the tropics.
Tropical.
Yeah. Because I love a little beach shack. I could do island life for sure.
Island life. 10 years for me, I don't know. You know, a lot can change in 10 years. If you told me 10 years ago that I'd be doing this right now for a living, I probably wouldn't believe you. 10 years from now, I still see myself doing YouTube. What that looks like, I don't know. Like, I think the channel is going to change and evolve over the years. 10 years from now, I'd like to have another business under my belt. What that is, I couldn't tell you, but that's where I see myself 10 years from now.
Mm-hmm. Maybe a couple more Chesters.
We had a few questions asking about that very subject. A couple more Chesters or
Kids.
Oh, kids. That's real Chesters.
Yeah, human Chesters.
I'll let you take care of that one.
So yes, it's a big question. We both definitely want kids. It's just we're kind of enjoying the stage we're at right now and being able to do all the travel we want to do. Yeah, like we definitely see it in our future. All right, next question.
Another popular question was, which do you prefer, summer or winter camping?
I know my answer. Hot camping, all the way.
Yeah, summer.
I like summer. I like the heat.
Yeah, I definitely prefer summer. It's easier. It's more comfortable. But that being said, there is something that is oddly
very cozy
about like once you get the fire ripping in the
like a
hot
stew.
Tents. Yeah, like
ready
once
to eat.
it's just the setup.
The setup takes long.
You know, if we don't bring wood, the processing of the wood, and then waiting for everything to heat up, especially on those really cold days, it's tough. But getting to the point where the tent is finally warm, it is relaxing. But summer is just so much easier.
Yeah.
Someone also asked what Chester prefers.
Ooh, if we're near water, I would say he would prefer summer.
Yeah.
But he doesn't mind the cold.
Yeah, I don't think
so.
I would guess
he
he's
has
indifferent.
equally as much fun in the snow.
Yeah, he's indifferent.
But he loves water.
This one's a good one. John asked, would you consider a channel rebrand? That's a tough one. So with YouTube, things can be pretty finicky. Thumbnails, video titles. And there's a little bit of fear that I have with changing the channel name. And trust me, we've thought about this before, and I think it makes sense at this point. But there's just a little bit of fear that what happens if we change the name?
Yeah, that's your brand right now.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
Even with our content together, you've been sticking to that brand. So.
Yeah. My question to you guys is, do you think that we should rename the channel? And if so, what do you think?
We should rename it to.
Yeah, comment down some of your favorite ideas. We'd love to hear them. So our next question's from our buddy Jack. A lot of you guys probably know him as Tiny Cabin Life. Jack asked us, what are your bucket list adventure destinations?
So Adam knows mine. It's definitely Australia. It's been on top of my list for a while now. I know everything can kill you there, but it's worth it for me. It looks just absolutely beautiful. That would be the dream. Unfortunately, though, the one setback I will say for us going to Australia is Chester. And knowing that we'd probably have to stay there for like at least a month to make it worth it.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
That's hard for us to leave Chester for a month. But what is yours? I think I have an idea.
Really?
Mm-hmm. You want me to say it and then you'll
Yeah.
say it? Okay. I think it's Yukon.
So I was actually just debating between Alaska and Yukon.
Which one did you decide on?
I was going to say Alaska.
Oh, okay.
But somewhere in the Arctic, the Yukon's been top of my list for a long time.
If you had to pick one.
I'd probably go with Alaska.
Okay. Talk about destinations. We have so many on our list, but BC is one that we haven't done yet.
It's crazy.
Yeah, West Coast Canada. We've been West Coast states, like we've been Oregon, California, but we have not done Canada yet.
Never been to BC.
It is also high on our list, and definitely in the future.
Yeah, hopefully this
Soon.
Yeah, soon.
Soon future.
Let's say soon.
Near future. That's the word. Not soon future. That's not the correct grammar.
Let's get your French.
Yeah. I am French. I was fluent. No, I'm not. No, I am. I understand French, but I have lost a lot of the spoken French that I've.
There was a question. Someone asked if Joelle's fluent in French.
Yeah.
She'll say she's not. I'll say she is.
I fully understand French. It's the speaking that I've lost for sure because of this guy.
Yeah, I don't speak anything. I don't speak a lick. I barely speak English. Buddy, look at this mess.
Look behind you.
Look at this mess. That is a murder scene. You're unbelievable. So we had a question asking about the wedding and if we had a story to share from it.
We have lots of stories, but this is not really a story, but this is actually where we got married here at
right here at the cottage.
And we got married right under this arbor.
Oh, and we're back. Cozy by the fire.
Back and cozy.
So we got quite a few questions about cooking and our meals and recipes. Try to group them together into one mega question for Joelle. So starting things off, top 5 favorite things we've ever made camping.
Oh.
That's a tough one. You're gonna have to think way back.
It's a tough one. Right off the bat, like the first thing that comes to mind is the moose bolognese that we did, because that was just like, I didn't expect it to be good, and it just ended up being so good. So that was like a top one.
Yeah, that's probably my top as well.
Ooh, the Guinness stew that we did in the mouse cabin.
Yeah.
Do you remember that Guinness stew?
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, stews cooked on a wood stove just always hit different.
Always, so much better
So
than
good.
when I do it at home. At home, I don't know what it is. It never turns out as good.
I'll throw one in here.
Yeah.
The fish tacos from Key West.
Oh, yes. Those are so good.
Yeah, that might be my favorite.
Yeah. Those are delicious.
Yeah, that's top 5 for sure.
Yeah. Ooh. Remember, this was like early video. We made eggs Benedict on the ice, and they turned out so good.
Was that? We did breakfast for dinner, I think.
Was it for breakfast or sorry, for dinner?
Yeah.
Was it really for dinner? I thought it was breakfast.
No, because the original video idea was to catch a lake trout through the ice.
Yeah.
And make fish tacos.
And we didn't catch.
We didn't catch a lake trout, so we ended up making breakfast for dinner.
Yeah.
And then we caught a trout in the morning, of course. So one more for the top 5. I'm gonna throw one out there. You don't have to agree with it.
Yep.
The Thanksgiving dinner grilled cheese.
We've done it a couple times.
Yeah, so it's grilled cheese with turkey, brie, and cranberry sauce.
It's always so good.
It's so simple.
I could actually just eat that right now.
I
That's a good one. But I don't know if I put that in my top of camping meals.
It's tough. I mean, it's
a good one.
It's really good.
I like the one pot one that we did. It was just so simple. It was it orzo chicken and
chicken thighs.
Chicken thighs and garlic, and it just ended up being the most delicious thing ever.
Yeah, I remember that one because the orzo kind of didn't burn, but maybe caramelized on the bottom.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are good. That's a good list. There's probably more that we can't think of right now, but.
So part 2 of the question is, would you share your recipes?
I would, for sure. I feel like half the time I'm improvising.
Yeah,
or like
definitely.
We always forget at least one very important ingredient every time we go. But yeah, I'd be interested to know if that's something that people would like to watch, even if I just did like a side video showing the actual meal prep.
We're thinking like, is there interest if Joelle were to do like her own
cooking videos?
Cooking show or
Well, I don't
cooking
know about
YouTube
that.
channel? And what would that look like? Would it be like cooking while we're camping? Would it be cooking at home?
Yeah.
Would it be both? We'd love to hear from you guys. I think it's definitely an interesting idea.
Yeah. All right. I think this is going to be our last question of the day because
Yep.
I think we've answered a lot of questions. We don't want to bore you guys.
This was definitely the most asked question.
Oh, yeah. Any reno updates for the house? We did have one video showing our new house. That was 2 years ago.
Oh, almost 2 years ago.
2 years ago. And haven't really shared any updates, so sorry about that. Been too busy camping, I guess.
Yeah, and it's something neither of us have addressed since. The original plan was to, we bought a house, we're slowly updating and renovating it, and we wanted to show you guys. And obviously there's a lot of interest in that. The issue, I think, was and is we're moving very slow. Joelle works full time during the week, and on weekends half the time we're busy filming. So it's just really slow progress, and I just wasn't really sure how to capture that in one video, especially if like our basement reno, it's taken like 6 months.
But that being said, we have almost finished our basement reno.
Yep, this is true.
Finally.
Almost done. We just need we need a door.
The bathroom was probably the most exciting part of that. That bathroom before was horrible. We'll show you some videos, and yeah, we'll show you kind of the finished product.
We
as well.
We can just like show them the whole basement. I'd like to snap my fingers.
Yeah. All right, so this is our basement. We are still doing some finishing touches. We still have to paint the baseboards, do some painting here and there, but we've redone the floors, painted everything, and we got these new fixtures as well. I've not gotten rid of the popcorn ceiling yet, but maybe down the line. And we still don't have a door, so this is our temporary curtain door. But bathroom was probably the biggest renovation that we've done. We'll show you pictures from before. So here we ripped up the whole yellow shower tub thing. Got rid of that. We did the tiling. I did the grouting all by myself. Very proud of that.
It was very good.
Don't zoom in. We also added some shiplap on the ceiling. Got a new vanity that wasn't falling apart.
Shout out to my dad for helping a lot with this. Definitely taught us how to do a bathroom, and yeah, definitely sacrificed a few weekends of his own.
And then lastly, our guest bedroom.
For me, the best part about the basement is that it doesn't really seem like a basement. We have really big windows and lots of natural daylight that comes in here, and honestly, it just seems like the main floor of the house. And the next thing that we want to do is add like a counter with a sink and just like kind of like a prep station for cooking, and then outside a big deck. So that's it. Thank you guys all so much for your questions. We're really sorry if we didn't get to yours. We just tried to pick the most, most commonly asked questions. If you didn't get a chance to ask a question, please leave a comment below if you have anything to ask us, and we'll definitely answer to the best of our abilities there. And also, I think it's a good time just to thank you guys all so much for your continued support. We love doing this. We're so grateful that we get to go camping, something that we're so passionate about, film it and do it for a living. It's really amazing. And we're definitely excited with where our channel is headed. We got some big ambitious plans, and we hope you guys will follow us along with that as well. Well, we're traveling this week. We're off to Guatemala, so we'll probably be back with a video in 2 or 3 weeks from the day that you see this one. If you guys want to follow along, I'll leave my Instagram. It's always in the description below, which is @AdamStew_ or @_ anyways, it is in the description below. We'll post more day-to-day updates on our travels, and yeah.
That's a good boy.
This chair's not big enough for,
No,
oh, look at his
it
poor
is.
paw.
Oh, that's a good boy. All right. That's a wrap.
Yeah, Chester needed to come say bye too. All right, guys, thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you next time.